Yo, if you truly want to lock in when it comes to your goals, you're going to have to go ghost mode. You're going to have to go ghost mode. You're going to have to isolate yourself at times. I'm not saying that you have to completely dissolve your friendships, isolate yourself completely, cut away ties from friends, family, and stuff like that. But if it's necessary, then you got to do what you have to do. Anything that gets in between you and your goals, anything that stops you or prevents you or hinders you from elevating at life every single day, then you're going to have to go ghost mode. You have to do what you have to do to protect your dreams. Starve your distractions, feed your focus. Let me say that again. Starve your distractions, feed your focus. Anything that is considered a distraction, you got to starve it. You got to starve it by all means, because this is your dream that we're talking about. This is your purpose that we're talking about. This is your life purpose that we're talking about. This is your mission of life that we're talking about. You know, the things that you've been wanting to do, that you've been putting to the side because of distractions, we got to stop that, bro. We got to stop that. We got to stop every single time we get to the first of the year. We keep setting the same exact goal every single year. Every single year. January, let me get in shape. January, let me get in shape. Let me lock in. But somehow along the path, around February, March, April, come on now, let's keep it real. You know, somehow along the way distractions set in. Somehow along the way things happen, life happen. And I get it, life do happen, things do happen. But at the same time, this is where we got to be intentional. At the same time, this is where we have to lock in. At the same time, this is where we have to starve our distractions and feed our focus. You feel what I'm saying? And I get it, man. Life happens to us all. Things happen. Setbacks happen. We get sick sometimes. But at the same time, bro, like, we can't let nothing hold us back, bro. We can't let nothing stop us from our mission, our life mission. This is where we have to be intentional. This is where it's critical that we do everything possible to stay in line with our walk of life, to stay in line when it comes to our mission of life, to stay in line when it comes to our purpose, bro. And sometimes it's going to require you to just go ghost. Sometimes you have to cut off conversation. Sometimes you have to cut off relationships. Sometimes you have to do the big chop. Sometimes it requires the big chop. You know, sometimes it requires chops that you may not want to cut off, friendships that you may not want to cut off, relationships with family that you don't want to cut off. But in all actuality, bro, like I said, if it's getting in your way when it comes to your purpose, you must do what you must do to protect your purpose, bro. You must do what you must do to protect what it is that you're going after in life, or what it is that you should be going after in life. So sometimes that may require you to go ghost mode, my friend. For example, earlier on in my life, I was in the clubs all the time, hanging out, thinking I was accomplishing things, thinking I was accomplishing stuff. But the whole time, man, I was not on my mission. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to have time divided for, you know, having fun and stuff like that. Like right after I leave here, I'm linking up with my family and we going to the movies. You know what I'm saying? We going to the movies, we getting ready to, you know, have a good time. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. The work must come first. Don't get it twisted. You know, I decided to say, you know what, before I go and have fun, before it's about leisure, before it's luxury, the work must come first. Let's get up early. Let's come outside. Let's knock out this work. Let's, you know, push this message to you guys. You know, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, you know, you're supposed to be a square, bro. I'm not saying don't have fun. Don't get me wrong, man. We're supposed to live our lives. I'm just saying whatever you do, you have to find ways to incorporate being in your purpose, bro, being on your purpose in your everyday endeavors. You have to make sure that you prioritize your work, your purpose every single day, day in and day out. You know, within the 24 hours that we have, bro, there's no way in the world, bro, that you've been given this opportunity to live this life and miss one day attacking your purpose. You know what I mean? And I get it, you're not going to be on the mark every single time, but you know, it's a difference between being mindful. You know, it's a difference between, okay, today I got an hour to devote some time to my purpose, bro, being on my path. Maybe yesterday you only had 30 minutes. Maybe tomorrow you have an hour and a half. But at the end of the day, man, you got to make time. You got to manage your time and prioritize your purpose. You feel what I'm saying? And even if that means you got to go ghost mode, man, and cut off people, bro, cut off friends, cut off distractions, whether it's permanent or whether it's I just need some space. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's permanent or I just need some space. As much as I love my family, the reality is I'm the type of person that I have to kind of like be alone so that I could be one with my thoughts. So I'll take my videos outside, or I'll, let them know I need some space in the crib, or go into a separate room. So it doesn't mean that it's anything on a negative side, or it doesn't mean that you have to cut people completely off. I'm not going to do that. You feel me? I'm just doing what I have to do to make sure that I prioritize my purpose. And so in a way, I'm going ghost mode when it comes to even my family. You feel what I'm saying? In a way, I'm going ghost mode. But of course, after the work, we're going to link up, we're going to get together, we're going to chop it up, we're going to go to the movies, and we're going to do what we do. But my purpose comes first, bro. When it comes to those relationships that you must sever those ties with, bro. And you know those individuals in your life that doesn't contribute to your growth. Those are the ones that you may have to do the big chop. Those are the ones that you may have to cut completely off so that you can really lock in. Those are the ones that you have to go completely ghost mode on so that you can be on beast mode, so that you can turn beast mode on and start grinding when it comes to your vision, when it comes to your purpose, bro. Those are the ones that you got to go ghost mode on so that you can lock completely in when it comes to your thoughts, when it comes to being in tune, when it comes to your life, when it comes to grinding, brother. And I know sometimes it's a hard thing, bro, because we had these friendships, or when it comes to certain family members, these are the ones that we love, bro. But you got to always remember that if it's not within your television, bro, if it's not within your vision, if it's not within your path of your purpose, then you have to make tough decisions if you really want to reach your dreams, if you really want to reach higher heights in life. You know what I mean? You have to do what you have to do because your purpose comes first. The moment that I started putting my purpose first and started making it a priority, bro, I started dropping videos every day. I started doing videos every day, recording videos every day. You know what I'm saying? I started locking in, getting all of the necessary tools and the things that I needed so that I could be one with my vision, so that I could be one with my goal, so that I can be more productive in my day-to-day walk of life, so that I could be more productive when it comes to being on my path, on my mission. You feel what I'm saying? Doing what I have to do. I went ghost mode. And I'm going to tell you, man, the moment that I went ghost mode, everything changed, bro. If you don't believe me, go back. Just go back and watch my videos, bro. If you've been watching me for a while, I went from dropping one video a week, maybe 2 videos a week, to dropping videos every other day, if not every day. You feel what I'm saying? But the goal is every single day. But it took for me to go ghost mode, for me to get that consistent when it comes to my endeavors. It took for me to go ghost mode. It took for me to isolate myself. It took for me to lock completely in when it came to being able to do what I'm doing now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same person that I was back then. I'm still in the same body, still the same person, bro. I just had to switch up the format, bro. I had to elevate my grind. I had to switch some things up so that I could really be completely locked in. And it required me to go ghost mode in some way or another. By chopping people off and cutting people out of my life, or just saying, give me a minute, nothing personal, but I got to lock in because I got to be in tune with my purpose. I got to be in tune with what it is that I'm doing. I got to drop videos every single day. I got to record every single day. I got to use my time wisely, bro. I got to use my time wisely. I can't take life for granted. I can't take these moments for granted. I can't just chill and have my feet kicked up when I'm supposed to be right here doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be at home right now, just relaxing right now. I can't be at the movies right now. We're going to do that later. But this right here is a priority. This comes first. My work comes first. Being on my mission comes first. Being on my path comes first. Being on my purpose comes first. It's a beautiful day out here. I decided to grab the camera. You know what I'm saying? It's 80 plus degrees here in my world, in the Dream Driver's Legacy world. And I was like, man, let me take my family to the movies today. I pitched the idea. I was like, let me take my family to the movies today, Looked at the time slots for what time the movie time started. And I was like, that means we got to get up early and we got to get to the recording and we got to get the work done and we got to get in the lab beforehand. Prioritizing my purpose, bro. You must prioritize your purpose. You must put your purpose first, bro. Especially if you're someone who consider yourself doing God's work. You can't put that on the back burner. You can't play with that. You know what I mean? God gifted you with a whole new day. So every single day, bro, you got to account for that, bro. Every single day, you got to do something that's going to put yourself in a position to just keep elevating and growing and spreading that word, bro. Spreading that wealth, spreading that knowledge, encouraging a life. You feel me? Every single day. What I did yesterday, yeah, that was cool. We dropped a video yesterday, but yesterday has not much to do with today's responsibilities, bro. I was responsible yesterday, handled that business, but today is a new day. God woke me up again today. God woke you up again today. Today is a new opportunity for you to do it all over again and work on figuring out how you could do it better. And sometimes you got to go ghost mode to make it happen. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from the crowd, pull yourself out of those environments so that you could be one with yourself, so that you can work on yourself. Because that's really what it's about. It's about working on yourself, man. It's about starving your distractions, and it's about feeding your focus. It's about starving your distractions and feeding what's important to you. It's about starving your distractions and feeding that thing that's going to get you further ahead in life, bro. It's about starving your distractions and feeding your goals, feeding your dreams, feeding your commitments, feeding what it is that you're devoted to, feeding what it is that you're on fire about, fueling your dreams and feeding it every single day, every single opportunity that you have, bro. Feeding it every single day to elevate yourself, bro, when it comes to being on your mission of life, when it comes to being on your purpose. You know what I mean? I'm running a little bit behind right now. We actually have to be to the movies in a little bit, so I got to get home. So I'm going to have to cut this video short. But of course, we love doing what we do, man. And I could be out here all day if I had it my way. But we got to tend to the family, man. But I wanted to make sure that I drop this nugget, drop this gem on y'all. You feel me? Starve your distractions, feed your focus, and sometimes you have to go ghost mode if necessary. Anyway, y'all, do what brings life to you, and it's a great chance that you'll bring life to whatever it is that you do. You already know, rain, sleet, or snow, the goal is to #grow. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Peace and blessings. One love, strength.